What's up, ladies and gents? And if you're new to the channel, it's your boy Shaka Zulu, and I'm back here for another video. And today, it's story time. So get your blunts, get your joints, get your bongs, all that good shit, and let's get into a story, man. I hope everyone's having a good day. Today is Thursday. We got a new song coming out tomorrow on Friday, so stay tuned for that. SoundCloud link in the bio, but it also will be, or in the comments, but it will also be on YouTube. You already know. I'm gonna drop a little visual with it. Nothing hella crazy like a real music video, but it's gonna be like a little visual for you guys, so you guys got something to watch along with the song. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get into the motherfucking story. So as you could tell by the title, I'm talking about the first time I ever went to juvenile hall, or ever got locked up, I guess. Because this is the only time I got locked up, and I remember somebody on the live stream was like, do a story time when you got locked up. But I never really got truly like went to jail, prison type shit. I just went to juvenile hall. So this is my experience, and it was very, I don't know, it was crazy. It was a little crazy, a little embarrassing and all that. You know, you go through a whole bunch of different emotions when you go to jail, bro, or go get locked up. You have to get behind that wall. So let's start from the beginning. I'm in middle school, gang. I'm like 7th grade, 6th, 7th grade. And this is when I first came to California. When I first came to California, I lived in San Rafael. I lived in the Canal. If you guys know anything about the Canal, that's where a lot of illegal immigrants go. It's like the hood in San Rafael, kind of, basically. It's hella grimy there, hella hoes, like hookers and stuff down the street, like all the time. All types of shit. Like my first day in San Rafael, it was hella funny. I'm like looking at my mom, I was like, we just went from another hood to this hood. Because like some lady down the street, some crackhead was literally just taking a shit in the middle of the street. Just broad daylight, just taking a shit. I was like, what the fuck? We just went from another hood, just come back to this hood. But oh well, you know. You know, some people just think life will be better on the other side when sometimes it's just not. So, you know, this is my first time in San Rafael, and me back then, my mom was dating this guy. She actually was married to him, so he was my stepdaddy, or my stepdad. But obviously, I did not consider him like that. I didn't like him, didn't like being around him. So we got in an argument. I can't even remember what it was. He was calling me lazy or something, like lazy, like you need to get a job, when I was in like 7th grade, and like you can't even work in 7th grade. Like I ain't grow up like him on a goddamn farm where your fucking parents make you work type shit. Cause he grew up kind of like that, where your parents just make you work early in age on the farm or some shit, cause they had land and shit. So me, I was like, I don't know, I just got hella mad, started arguing with him. And I just said, fuck you, bro, I'm out. And just walked out. And I went to my homie's house that lived like down the street. And the homie let me stay there for like a week plus. I was just chilling there, bro, just chilling. We're going out all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're outside hustling, selling little things to make money. Like we used to sell these bus passes to people so we can make money. Because we used to get these free bus passes, like big ass stacks of them. Because we were kids, and we used to get them from the school thing. So we used to take them bitches, sell them bitches to people on the street so they could get on the bus and all that shit, and just make money and just chill and just, you know, living. Eventually, his mom tells me, I come in one day like a week and a half later or whatever. She's like, your mom called you in as a missing person. I don't know if you're gonna be able to stay here much longer. They kind of already know where you're at. You could possibly be arrested. So I'm like, fuck that shit, man. I'm like, fuck that, I'm not going nowhere. And then I leave, I'm dipping out. I left their house, and I was just roaming the street for that night. I got picked up that night though. So I'm roaming the streets that whole night, just walking around like, where am I gonna go type shit. I'm just gonna be sleeping outside, I guess. Just find a bench somewhere at a park, da da da. I end up at this 7-Eleven and I'm just outside, just like drinking some, eating some candy for a second before I like walk away and shit. Next thing you know, motherfucking cars just whoop up, start flashing their lights at me. And, you know, I think they're just tripping because, oh, I was standing outside of the store for too long. Because sometimes, you know, cops would just be tripping like, oh, why are you standing outside this store for hours and hours? So I was like, oh, I'm leaving, sir. Like, I'm trying to tell him, I'm leaving, man, I'm leaving. And he's just like, no, you're Abdullah, right? Because that's my real name, Abdullah, but everybody calls me Shaka, obviously. So he was like, hey, I'm gonna just say Shaka. I was like, hey, you Shaka, right? No. So I was like, yeah, and that was my mistake. I shouldn't have said yeah. And he said, okay. Grabs me, he's like, you're under arrest. Puts me in handcuffs, puts me behind my back, puts me in handcuffs, man. I'm like, God damn, man. I'm like, what did I do? Like, what are y'all taking me in for? And then they're like, quiet. He just barked because he heard something outside. So I was like, what are y'all taking me in for? And they were like, oh, you have been a missing person for 2 weeks or whatever, how many weeks I was gone. And they were like, if your parents call you as a missing person, then you gotta you're going to juvenile hall or whatever. And so we're heading to juvenile hall, and this is late at night, gang. I'm telling you, it was at least 1 in the morning. It was pretty late when they picked me up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, fuck, I'm sitting in the back seat, tired as fuck. I just want to go to sleep, man. Really, I'm just tired. It's hella. This is my first time being in the back of a cop car, legit. Man, no room in that motherfucker, bro. Like, if you ever been in the back of a cop car, man, especially if you're a tall person, bro, you are not comfortable. They do not make it comfortable for you, bro. Like, at all. Like, seats are shitty. You have no comfort, and you got your hands behind your back. Like, you're locked up behind there. It's 10 times more uncomfortable. But ran through it, whatever. Get there at night, and the first thing you do, I walk in, and they take you to this room where they basically check you, all that good shit. And the guard looks at me. I walk in, the guard's looking at me, and he's like, strip down everything off, underwear, pants, everything. I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you serious, bro? He's like, yeah, you can't go nowhere. You're gonna stay here until it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? You ain't laying down, you ain't nothing. You ain't doing nothing until you strip down. So I'm taking all my clothes off super slow, man. I'm starting with the hoodie, I'm going hella slow. You know what I'm saying? Got a shirt, you know what I'm saying? Then slowly do the pants. And then I do it hella slow, man. And like the whole time they're kind of rushing me, but not really. But I'm like, bro, like, do we really gotta do this, man? This is like the most embarrassing moment. Like it's so humiliating. Sorry, I cannot speak straight. To just have to take your clothes off in front of a grown ass man, and have to show everything. You know what I'm saying? And so finally got off the underwear, and I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, alright, are we done? I put my hands where my thing is. I'm like, are we done, dude? Is it good? And he's like, no. Lift up your balls. He told me to lift up my balls and shit so he could see. And then he was like, turn around and bend over and cough. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, damn, man. Like, what the fuck? This is really what has to go down. And I do what he says, and it's just like, bro, the soul was just ripped out of me. I was so humiliated and just embarrassed. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I'm really here just because I ran away? Like, god damn, is it that serious, bro? Is it that serious? I don't know. I guess it's that serious. And so I'm finally in, and I have to stay there for 3 days. 3 days. I'm only there for 3 days, which is not bad. You know, a lot of motherfuckers in there. That's actually when I met somebody from my boarding school. He was in there, which was funny, bro. It was funny as hell. I ended up seeing him at the boarding school. We're like, bro, weren't you at the fucking juvenile hall? That shit was crazy. So, I was there for 3 days. And the first, like, 2 days, I was like, it was shitty because the motherfuckers did not like me or something, bro. Because I was just hella slow, and then I was just like, it was my first time being there, so I didn't know how to shit roll. And so this one time when we were like, you have to clean out your shit in the morning, sweep out, mop, all that good. You have to clean out your cell. I'm going hella slow because we gotta make it in for breakfast and all these other things, recess. They actually have school there too, because obviously it's juvenile hall and we're like kids, so we have to still go to school and shit. And he's like, you're taking too long. I'm just sweeping, going hella slow, taking my time. I'm like, man, I'm just chilling. Like, where am I going? I'm in jail, man. Like, I'm like, whatever. I'm just sweeping, taking my time. And the dude's like, what are you doing? He didn't cuss at me, but he was like, what are you doing? Go faster. And then I'm still going slow, and then he literally, I'm like kind of sweeping it out the door, because like you gotta sweep it out the door so you can sweep it up and throw it away. And as soon as I get to the door, he just like takes me, pushes me back in the motherfucker. I'm like, damn, pushes me back in. I'm like, fuck. He says, oh, you're gonna be staying in this cell all day since you want to be slow. So that whole first day, I was in my cell all day, all night. They gave me my food in my cell, and I was just stuck in there all day. Food was grimy, man. They tried to give me some chunky milk. Didn't drink that shit. I just drank the water, because they give you water too. And then, I don't know, the food was just like, it was super small portions, but it was like kind of like a meal. It was like spaghetti and shit, but it wasn't hella good or nothing. So I ate it, but I ain't really was fucking with it, man. But you know, that was kind of like my first experience, and I was there for like 3 days. After that first day, the second day, I finally got to go outside and shit. And outside, you basically in PE, they make you do shit. It's not like, I don't know, I feel like in real jail, like, you don't have to like work out, do anything, but then they got somebody to make you like work out, and if you don't work out, then they make you like run around the place. It was weird as fuck, bro. And then school wasn't even really school, man. It was like, they just gave you a bunch of packets, and you sat there and you had to do the packets and get them done, or you basically like failed and you didn't get no credits and stuff like that. But if you did your work and shit, they gave you credits. It was pretty easy, man. You could graduate in juvenile hall, but you know, I only was there for 3 days, which was good. And so, alright, this is what happened when I left, which was so weird to me. So on my third day, my last day I was done, like by the end of the day, like midday on my third day or whatever, they're like, oh, you're getting released. They come to my cell, they're like, you're getting released, come get your stuff. I'm getting my stuff, man. I ain't even gonna lie, all my shit was hella dirty, because I was like out all night roaming the streets, man. I was looking hella raggedy, hella dirty. School was still in session, like regular school out there. For some reason, my mom wanted me to go to school, talk to a counselor, all this weird shit. And it was just, I don't know, it was just awkward as hell, because I didn't really talk to him. I was like, man, I ain't even trying to tell you nothing about my life or what's going on with me. Like, so I was just basically just in there talking to him. But it was just a crazy experience. That's my experience. I just want to let you guys know. But it was funny. It was a crazy little, funny little something experience. You know what I'm saying? Something to remember. Definitely something to remember. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to eat, breathe, smoke weed. We're going to be back for another video soon. Let me know what other story times you guys want me to say. Throw it down in the comments. You already know what it is. It's Shaka Zulu.